the champ, 6-1.
Why did you do like a? That was a different voice. Welcome back, 6-1. You did beat me again. 2 out of 3 weeks. This is not good at all.
I think I lost like 5 weeks straight to you, so I think it's okay.
But what you didn't realize is that now you're 29-31-2. So you're at 48%.
Terrible.
I'm 36-26-2 at 58%. This is what our trajectories are doing right here. You're going this way, I'm going. I think I had both of us speaking. No, we're doing this.
Collision.
Colliding. You're catching me quicker than ever. That changes Super Bowl week. Super Bowl preview. Eagles, Chiefs. We've made it. Last football game of the year. I almost want to cry a tear. I love football so much. I hate this last game. Let's talk about the game.
We'll get the UFL.
Yeah. The game is at 1. Yeah, the game is at 1.5. Chiefs are favored. Who do you like?
You know, I'm going to have to go with 2 reasons on this.
Okay.
I don't think it's scripted and all that, but I do think the Chiefs are going to do everything in their power to be a 3-peat team.
Okay.
So, even if they're losing, I think they'll go for 4th down conversions and weird situations.
Okay.
And stuff.
Nothing to lose kind of effort.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And I think it's going to be... I think the Eagles are going to do exactly what Washington did. After coming off a huge win and a huge game,
okay,
they're going to turn the ball over a few more times than they should.
Okay.
It's going to come down to plays like that.
All right.
So I'll take the Chiefs.
Okay. What big stars for the Chiefs are going to have big games for them?
Mahomes and Kelsey, I think, will be just fine. But I think the biggest star that's going to surprise people is DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre Hopkins, okay.
I think he's going to have 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
And they're both going to be inside the red zone.
Wow.
Nothing deep to him or anything like that. I think it's going to be him and Kelsey and probably Worthy working together.
Yeah.
And it's going to get him open in the end zone. Because I think they're going to make sure his trade was worth it.
Yes.
So I think it's a business decision.
Do you give Andy Reid the coaching edge over Sirianni? Because they were calling for his head earlier in the year.
In the big games, like in situations like a Super Bowl or a playoff, I will always give Andy Reid the I guess thumbs up against any other coach.
Yeah.
But in this situation, I think Sirianni he's proven he's been there before.
Yeah.
He knows his team's good enough. He's got the right players to put in the situations. But when it comes to stopping an Andy Reid's offense, no, I don't think he's got it.
This is a rematch, obviously, from a couple of years ago. Andy Reid actually going against his old team. People, it's been a long time since Andy Reid coached the Eagles, but it was defensive side of the ball for the Chiefs. Who's going to make some big plays? Is it going to be Chris Jones again? Do you like somebody else?
I've been drawing blanks on some of the DB names. Oh, man.
While you're looking that up. so obviously nobody from the Chiefs is going to make it because you can't even think of somebody to make it. So it's going to be an offensive game, which has me go into your over-under.
So I actually don't think it's going to be an entirely offensive game. I do think it's going to be a lot of defense. Let me see. That's an injury report. I don't want that.
All right, so while Chance is looking that up, over-under, okay? Over-under is at 49. You're going with the under, so you think it's going to be a defensive game.
Yes. Again, if you do 49 points, that's still not entirely a defensive game. I just don't think they're going to score more than that. It can be 21-24, and you're under 49.
So the reason why you're not thinking of DB's names because they don't have any household names on defense.
Right.
Justin Reed, Brian Cook, Jalen Watson, Shamari Connor are the
Watson on defense for them.
Jalen Watson. Okay.
I like both their Watsons actually.
But again, it's more of a defensive by committee. Spags is one of the best defensive coordinators. Yeah. I would probably give the Eagles and the Chiefs the edge on at coordinator as well on defense.
And they still got Justin Houston, right?
No more Justin Houston. They just got Chris Jones.
Okay.
But yeah, just again a lot of. I wouldn't say there's a single Pro Bowl guy on the roster, but they got the great kicker in Buckner. They got the All-Pro Chris Jones. And again, they just grinded out on defense. I think their scheme, just like those Patriot teams. Patriots had, Brewski and some Vrabel and some of those guys, but they beat you by committee. Mm-hmm. No big superstars. So, all right. So saying that, I like the Eagles.
Yep.
I think this is their time. I think with Saquon addition, I think Saquon has a big game. I think Jalen, proved last week he could be there. I don't know much about the A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, if they're going to have big games like I predicted they would have last week. Dallas Goddard, I think he'll have a big game.
I do think Goddard will play well.
Yeah, so
he always has.
But I think that Jalen has thought about this game for over 2 years, and I think that they finally get over the hump and they don't allow the three-peat for the Chiefs. But I think Saquon is going to be the difference. As much as Saquon is going to be focused on, I think he's the MVP. I think after he wins this game, he is the MVP. So, Chance is already looking up the defensive stats for the Chiefs to see kind of how they'll be on the defensive side of the ball for the Eagles. They have bigger playmakers than the Kansas City Chiefs do. And C.J. Gardner-Johnson, former Gator, I think he'll have an interception this game. I'm calling that. But Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, all these Georgia Bulldogs, like Cooper DeJean, man, like I think they're better. I think they're a better team. I think the better team is going to win this game. I like the over. I think the final score is going to be 31-24 Eagles. So 31-24 Eagles.
Okay.
So the over hits. I think it's going to be an exciting game. But I'm nervous about the over-under. I think this game could go under too. But I like the Eagles. I think the Eagles are the better team. I think the better team wins this Super Bowl and they beat the Chiefs. So
this is where I'm looking at the Chiefs versus the Eagles. The Chiefs have 13 interceptions.
Yes.
And 24 touchdowns, I guess, allowed.
Yeah.
Is that what that is? And then the Eagles are 22 and 13. So
very
similar.
Very similar, yes.
But I was trying to see how they do against the run. That was really what I wanted to see.
All right, so why I'll look up the rush defense.
There it is, I found it.
Okay.
Okay, so the Chiefs with rushing defense down there, what does it say? Attempts, 418, rush yards, and touchdowns. Okay. So the Chiefs only allow 1731. 1771.
Gosh,
but
they are very even on defense.
I was trying to see if the Chiefs have been able to contain all the running back type teams this year. They should have a game plan for this one.
Is that not crazy though? The Eagles have all these first rounders, all this star power, and the Chiefs have one guy that you can name on the team on defense, and they're the same.
It's still that good.
That's a credit to Spags and It doesn't. It's one of those. It's a lot like this. The two dynasties we've seen in our era with the Patriots and the Chiefs.
Yeah.
It's defensive by committee. Next man up. Like I said, you've called many times. Edelman was playing DB at one time for the Patriots. Chiefs are very similar. It's the scheme and the defense. Do your job. Tackle the go to the football, tackle the football, and then eventually Jones is going to make a big play in a big part of the game.
And that's the part of also the Eagles defense. Every single one of their DBs is a headhunter. They're all great.
Big play Slay, DeJean, Gardner Johnson.
Yeah.
I mean,
the thing that's going to come into play though is you can't account for Mahomes. So when everything is still played perfectly by them, he's going to find a way to just get Kelsey that first down.
And that's where I think you're wrong. I think that this is the year that if they had Tyreek Hill, this game would be different. They don't. That's the difference in the game. I think the Chiefs not having the deep ball threat. I know they got Worthy and Hollywood Brown. They're still not Tyreek Hill. I think that the DBs for the Eagles and the linebackers and the defense are going to be able to get pressure, and they are going to be able to beat the Chiefs. And I just think they're the better team, Chance. I know Mahomes is maybe better than Hurts. I think the better team wins this game than the Eagles.
I mean, how weird is it that the odds are, the matchup predictor is 56.1 in favor of the Eagles, but the odds are still Kansas City favored. It's so weird.
At this point, people are just not going to bet against Mahomes, man. I mean, you've gotten burnt.
Like me right here.
You got burnt so many times. So, all right. So we're going to clear the board. Got a preview. Eagles, Chiefs.
Under, over.
Yes. Top 5 prop bets. Each person.
I think we're going to have fun with this one. Your first one, I also had a counter to it.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to go with my Burgin's top 5 prop bets you should play for the Super Bowl. Chance, now you're not putting yours up here yet. You're putting yours after mine. All right. Number 1, Gatorade. This is always one of my favorite.
Always.
So I always think, there's got to be somebody on the inside that can let you know what's on the sidelines. I'm going with blue Gatorade.
Purple's won a few times. To
me, it's never red. That fruit punch does not sit good on the stomach in a game.
That's exactly why I bet against you when you said blue. It depends. There's a light blue, there's a blue, but I agree blue will win.
It's the light blue. It's that cool blue is what I'm going with.
Because the dark blue is heavier too.
Yes.
And players won't drink it. But I agree with the light blue if that's the blue that
Yeah,
comes
it's
out.
the light blue is what to say that, but definitely not red. Any team that drinks red is going to be a slow team.
You're throwing up.
That fruit punch sits on your stomach. Lemon lime was always my favorite. I like to drink lemon lime. So, all right, first touchdown scorer. I'm going Devontae Smith. Those odds are at like plus 1,200 right now. $10 to win $120. I like that play a lot. I'll probably make that play in the game. Devontae is always seems to get in there in the end zone. A.J. Brown would be another one I'd go with, but I like Devontae. Mahomes, longest completion. If they're winning the game or they're losing the game, he always finds somebody deep at least one time, whether it's tight end, Noah Gray, Worthy, Kelsey. I think that's probably hit 6 out of 7 weeks. So I like Mahomes' longest reception at 35.5 yards.
I like that one too.
Game MVP.
I mean, it depends on whose wins, obviously, but if Eagles win in your favor, then yes.
I think Saquon's going to be the difference, and I said that. But I think
why wouldn't he be the MVP?
Because I think Jalen's going to throw for a couple touchdowns, and I think Saquon's they're going to get a couple tush pushes. So just by numbers wise, Hurts is going to have 2 touchdowns rushing, 2 touchdowns passing.
Okay.
And Saquon's going to have maybe 140 yards, 130 yards, but maybe not have as many touchdowns. So I like Jalen Hurts as my MVP. Devontae Smith, longest catch. 20.5 yards. I think Devontae's going to have a 30-yard catch.
I think he had like 3 games straight where he had none when the number was only like 18 or 19.
But he hit last week. You had him last week at 19. Yes.
Yeah.
So I like Devontae over 20.5-yard catch.
Okay.
So those are my 5. So let's get to your 5.
My 5, we're going to go with 2-point conversion attempt. Yes, obviously there's going to be a 2-point conversion attempt.
So it's not even successful. It's just an attempt.
It's just an attempt.
Wow.
Minus 120 odds.
Oh, wow.
So
I like that play.
Put that one on there. Both teams to score in the first quarter. Yes, because I think that the Chiefs are not going to settle for a field goal to start the game. They're going to score. I think the Eagles are going to get another opportunity, just like they did against Washington, and have a big play to score off of.
It scored just a field goal?
It's not a field goal. So a score is a touchdown. I'm pretty sure.
I think it's just a field goal, so that makes it.
If it's just a field goal, then I'm definitely winning.
Okay.
But I was going off my own odds.
Yes, I've played that before. I think it's just to score points.
Okay, then if it's just to score points, the odds are plus 115, and if that's the case, then it's definitely going to hit.
Okay.
So that's another one I like at number 2. Number 3, Chiefs 4th down conversion. Made. They have to complete it. They have to get it.
I've never seen that play before. That's. I mean, they're going to go for a 4th down, and they're going to get it.
They have in the last 3 games.
Yes. So that's a.
I was like, yeah, but it's a minus 160 odd. So if you parlay a lot of these, it'll be great if they would hit. But number 4, Eagles first half rushing touchdown.
Wow.
I don't see them not scoring with Saquon at all in the first half. He's getting in the end zone.
Okay, I like that.
Saquon's rushing.
These are really good.
But even Jalen rushing in is a rushing.
Yes.
That'll benefit as well. Number 5, anytime touchdown DeAndre Hopkins plus 400.
You called it Hopkins at the big game.
And I think with those odds and everything, again, with the trade and everything he wanted, they're not going to say, well, we got you here.
Yeah.
We're not going to use you. They're going to make a play just for him.
You know what's crazy is? Last time Chiefs lost the Super Bowl, you know who it was to? Tampa Bay, Tom Brady.
Yeah, Bucks. That's
Who
right.
had 2 touchdowns in that game? Gronk.
Yep.
Similar situation.
Mike Evans had 2 that day.
I don't know if Mike Evans had. It may have 1, but I know Gronk had 2.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things of like, he really wasn't utilized much. Hopkins was early, that first game in particular, but not much lately. So it was like, yeah, we got him. Let's get to him in the big game. I wonder what his 2 touchdown spread is to score 2 touchdowns.
I was going to look that up later.
Look that up,
yeah. I mean, I guess plus 400 might be plus 1,600 maybe.
Probably a lot more than that. So.
But yeah, I really do think Hopkins will end this season with a touchdown in the Super Bowl. I did my honorable mention one just to compete with you on the Gatorade. I say orange.
Okay.
That's where I'm going.
Okay.
But
all right, so you since you added 1 and added the 6th one.
That's just to compete.
But Gatorade orange. I want to add 1 more.
Okay.
Anytime touchdown.
Do you need me to look up the?
No, don't look up the odds.
Anytime touchdown.
Yes.
Who?
A.J. Brown.
All right, I'm looking up the odds.
Yes, so I think A.J. Brown is going to score in this game.
Let's see what it looks like.
So while Chance is looking up those are our 12 plays now, not our
5. It's now 6.
Now it's 6 apiece. You had to get Chance had to add the and Browns anytime.
is only plus
Plus
125.
Okay.
So I would say, yeah, he's probably going to end up there as well, as well as Xavier Worthy.
Yeah.
I think those are some guaranteed touchdowns for players. But just because of the way the season's gone, I do think they're going to use DeAndre Hopkins to the best of his ability.
Yeah, and I wonder Chiefs too. They've had such a weird thing with Pacheco and
The other running back?
No, Kareem Hunt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, was Pacheco's dominating last year. Hunt's kind of taking more of the bulk of the carries. I think that, to me, is going to be something to look into in the game because they still haven't found that solid running back. They've kind of gone who's having the hot hand. But it was Pacheco's team. He ran so hard, but now it seems like Kareem's been the one. And Kareem, I think, scored the first touchdown of the game for the Chiefs the last two. He's been the first touchdown scorer the last two games for the Chiefs in the playoffs.
So in this type of game, this is the type where you'll see an offense run the ball with Kareem Hunt 7 plays on that first drive.
Yeah.
And then they'll pull him out just to distract you thinking it's a pass and put Pacheco in, and then he's going to get a screen and score.
Okay.
So I could see Pacheco scoring before Kareem Hunt.
Wow. Okay. Wow. All right. That's our preview. What a Super Bowl it's going to be. We're all excited for it this Sunday. To me, I feel like we haven't watched a game in a while, so I'm all in. I think I'm going to go get the pigs in the blanket, the queso, everything in between.
Oh, we've got my wife's birthday on Saturday, so Sunday's just going to be a great day of relaxing after we go and do all the
I've never
shopping
seen
for
you
her.
relax with plays on the line in Super Bowl. I guarantee you'll be on your feet, not just sitting there.
Oh, yeah, I'll be jumping up and down. I've got all the TVs and monitors going.
A lot to look forward to. A lot, last game, most watched game of the year.
Most gambled game of the year. I think they announced
Yes.
it'd be like $3.5 billion or something wagered legally on the game. You can't imagine how much illegally.
All right. Super Bowl, we got it. Our picks are in. Let's get to our 5 picks of the week for basketball. We cannot go with Super Bowl without saying, did you look up what the money was for the game? I gave you a little bit of time.
For which one?
Florida at Auburn. Biggest game of the year. Conference game, I think, so far this year.
Yeah.
Florida did lose to Tennessee. They did come back and beat Vanderbilt last night. Number 1 versus number 6. Yeah. I would say Auburn's going to be favored by 7 or 8. Obviously, that line won't be out till Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Gators.
Oh, I know you are.
I think Florida, I feel like I'm going to repeat. I think they have their best game of the year shooting the basketball. I think they make over 10 3-pointers. I think they upset Auburn. I think Auburn, if both teams play their best, Florida is a better team. But Auburn is a more consistent better team. But if Florida plays their best, I think they beat Auburn. And I'm saying they're going to beat Auburn. And the biggest upset, I think, because nobody wins when you got Auburn at home.
Right.
The jungle goes crazy. They're already camping out. Chance, you looked up average tickets, $500, $600 to get into watch that game.
For the nosebleeds, you got like some 300 ones, but
yeah. All right, so you're obviously taking Auburn, I'm assuming. Auburn.
Why not?
Auburn.
Why not?
I'll be interested to see the line. I'm calling 7 or 8, but Auburn 21-1, 9-0 in conference. What a year this has been so far. Only losses to number 2 Duke. What a year.
I think in this game that unless Florida can play defense like Tennessee, they're not gonna be able to live off those threes because if they don't make they don't make 20% of them, Broome and everybody else is gonna rebound ahead of Florida unless they put in that freshman that's redshirted. I'm guessing is he redshirted?
No, he's coming back.
So unless they put him in, then he'll get rebounds. But they will out rebound and play better defense that we will actually score on those positions coming back. So if they start living and dying by the threes, I see that being their Achilles
I just think they live and die by 3, but they actually make the 3 this time. That's my guess.
Yes.
So, all right, Alabama at Arkansas. We both missed this pick last week. Arkansas went into Kentucky with Calipari and beat Kentucky.
Yeah.
Is Arkansas? They got some stars. They got the good coach. Are they finally turning the corner? Do they go in?
Or could that just be a fluke by Kentucky?
Now they're at home against Bama. Do they win back-to-back big games like this?
I want to say no. I think Nate Oates is going to be able to go in there and keep his team composed and be just fine. Let's see. What day is that? Same day? Is that what I'm saying?
Yeah, same day, yes. It's the nightcap. Yeah, Alabama and Arkansas, 7 o'clock.
Let's see.
Bama favored to win.
Ooh.
I just think that this is got.
That's why. Look at that win record right there for Bama compared to Arkansas.
Both teams have had a week off. Okay. Both teams, unless Arkansas is playing tonight.
Arkansas has not scored more than 79 points.
Well, no, they scored 89. They won that game, so that was their big game.
So they haven't. But
Scored
that's
one.
the most they've scored in the past 6 or 7 games. they are averaging over 85 points a game.
Bama averages 90 a game.
Yeah, 90 a game. So if you aren't able to score that much yourself, you aren't stopping a team from scoring more than you.
So you like Bama?
I do like Bama.
And I like Bama as well. I think Bama continues on. I think that the trajectory of Bama-Auburn colliding next weekend is going to be the biggest game of the year. I say Florida's the biggest game to date.
The Iron Bowl of basketball is going to be insane.
Yes, and that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Texas A&M at Missouri. Missouri's had the hot hand. We've been riding Missouri.
We're both on the same boat with
and
this
we're gonna stick with Missouri. I think even though Texas A&M is ranked at number 10, I think we're both thinking Missouri's doing big things, and we're going to both go with Missouri at home.
And something fun about Missouri is they're kind of balancing out the SEC. Now they're making a lot of teams have a couple losses in their record in SEC play besides Alabama and Auburn.
Yeah.
So it's kind of balancing it out.
And the crazy thing is they're already previewing the Florida game. I just put on ESPN and they already have it up. So yes, Missouri plays at Tennessee tonight.
Oh, at Tennessee. Okay.
Tonight.
Yeah.
And then Arkansas plays at Texas. So Arkansas does not have the full week off like Bama does. So I was wrong on that. So both those teams are on the road tonight. So that'll be interesting to see how those affect the matchups going into this weekend.
Oh, see, they got Tennessee favored a ton in this, too.
Because I told you they're going to beat the heck out of you. This could be
defense.
Missouri may walk into the A&M game with lumps and bruises. Those games are tonight along with LSU, Georgia. So if Arkansas could beat Texas tonight, rolling into Bama this weekend, I would put Bama on upset alert, but I still like Bama to win the game. Okay. So Tennessee at Oklahoma. Oklahoma, they started out with this great undefeated record.
They're wishy-washy all season.
I like Tennessee on the road.
I think Tennessee's defense is not – they're just unmatched right now.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the game changer.
All right, so the last game would be Mississippi State, number 22, at Georgia. Georgia's been so close to winning all these games.
Right.
All these games.
I have to switch it.
And Chance is thinking, they're all going to be close, and they're going to continue to be close. Mississippi State's going to beat Georgia on the road. I think Georgia finally breaks through.
I was thinking that earlier, too, but then when I saw you made the pick, I was like, I got to go against.
All right, so he's going against me. Why not? The guy's 6-1 last week. So, yeah, what a weekend. And then, like I said, next weekend we'll have the preview for the Iron Bowl of basketball. I got my 5-star preview coming up. It's been the hottest segment in Tide and Tigers.
Yeah, it's been a great one.
I will say, I wanted to ask you real quick. I didn't do a 5-star on this. I got a Super Bowl one this week. Got another NBA basketball one. We're going away from college basketball for this week because of all the news and everything. What's your favorite Super Bowl commercial of all time?
Oh, of all time? That's too big of a...
Or give me not even have to give me a top 5, but a couple favorite Super Bowl commercials you remember. So I got 3.
I mean, the Budweiser ones were always classics back in the
frogs?
late 90s. Yeah, the 3 Budweiser frogs. They were always the classics.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites.
From Scary Movie making fun of. But what was yours? It might remind
I like the Star Wars one where the kid comes out and thinks he's Darth Vader and then goes to the car. Yeah. And then it was like one of the first times you get to push to start car or start a car from outside.
Yeah.
I like the Doritos commercial where he thinks he gets in the time machine. He comes out and the kid's young. He's like, Timmy. He's like thinks he's a lot younger than he is.
The old guy. Yes. I remember that commercial. I'm drawing a blank on some of my favorites from back in the day, but
they used to be a lot better. I thought they were a lot better, but still, I love the movies. They usually always a good movie preview. I'm sure Avatar may have one, or
they'll probably do another trailer for Fantastic Four that's coming out because it just dropped its trailer this morning or yesterday morning. So I mean, they'll have some announcements and stuff and all that. But you also got to remember who's halftime show, Kendrick, who just won 5 Grammys in one night, the first artist to ever do that, a rapper to ever do that.
Yes. So
I think it's an artist actually.
Yeah. So there was a lot of good ones. Those are kind of my were my favorites. That's all. People watch Super Bowl because of commercials. They watch for the halftime show. Watch for the game. Obviously, it's the most watched show. Some people are going to watch for Taylor Swift because she'll be going to her second.
There was a prop bet on how many times Taylor Swift will be shown. And I think it was like 11.5 times was the average.
Oh, so there's Taylor Swift.
So there's actually a bet on that. And then there's the bet if Kelsey's going to propose to her after the game.
Oh,
I think that's a dumb bet because I think he would wait till something bigger. Like he's done the Super Bowl. Why would he want to?
Well, nobody's ever done the 3-peat Super Bowl.
Maybe.
But why would you propose when you're going to lose the game?
Right.
Here on Time Tigers. See you at 5-star.